Hi everyone and welcome to another recipe video. And today I'm making these raspberry and white chocolate filled Langues biscuits. They look really delicate but they're actually really easy to make, and I think they make great Christmas presents too. Now this freeze-dried raspberry powder is what I use to flavour the chocolate filling inside, but you can use freeze-dried strawberry powder, freeze-dried banana powder, any freeze-dried powder you want as long as it's edible. But that's essentially what the filling is, melted chocolate and freeze-dried raspberry powder. So let's go. First, as usual, you're going to preheat your oven, and it's to 180 degrees C. Now we're going to make the biscuits with 100 grams of unsalted butter, which has been softened to room temperature, 100 grams of caster sugar, and a pinch of salt. And we're going to start by creaming that together until it's light and fluffy. I'm just going in with a wooden spoon here, no need to use an electric whisk. Once that's all fluffy and creamy, we're going to add 100 grams of plain flour. And we're going to give this a stir until it forms a kind of paste. But don't worry about fully combining it. Now we're going to add 3 egg whites, and if you need a recipe for egg yolks, I'm going to link one up above and down below. And finally 1 teaspoonful of vanilla bean paste. Vanilla extract also works as well, but I like the little vanilla bean dots in it. Now give it a good stir until it really is well combined, and you'll have a kind of batter. Now we're going to fill a piping bag with that, and line a couple of baking trays with non-stick baking parchment. I use the reusable stuff here. And now, as you can see, I am piping little rounds with plenty of space in between so that they have space to spread out in the oven. Next, I'm going to give these a light tap, just to even them out a bit. And then I'm going to use a clean, wet finger that I've run under the tap just to flatten out the tops. And lastly, bake them for about 8 minutes until they're just about going golden brown around the edges. And then leave them to cool completely. If you have a couple that have oozed into each other, before it completely cools down and goes hard, just use a knife to separate them like I'm doing here. And now we're going to melt 50 grams of white chocolate. Your 50 grams will look more than mine because I only experimented with a couple here before going ahead to make more. And I'm melting it over a pan of simmering water, making sure the water doesn't touch the bowl. And now to the melted chocolate I'm adding a teaspoonful of that freeze-dried raspberry powder and giving it a good stir. You don't actually have to temper the chocolate for this one, because you just want it to be softly set. But if you do accidentally temper it, which I ended up doing, then that's fine too, it'll just set a bit more solidly. And now we're simply using that to sandwich 2 cookie halves together, and it's that simple. And you have to keep doing this until you've completely run out of cookies and filling. And then once you're done, you're just going to pop them in the fridge for about half an hour to set completely. And after that, that's it, you are done. The reason why I started off with just a little bit of chocolate here is because for some reason when I first developed this recipe, I had a batch of chocolate that just would not melt, which has never happened to me before. No matter what I did, the chocolate stayed solid. But luckily when I bought a fresh bar of chocolate, it worked a treat. How strange is that? Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you'll join me next Wednesday for my next one. Get the full recipe on my blog tashcakes.com and find me on Instagram as tashcakestastes. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you'd like to see more. Give this video a like if you liked it to help other people find it. Comment down below if you'd like me to make anything in particular, and I'll see you guys later. Be good, be nice, and have a good week.